Hey guys, it's Allie, and this is the Y&R chat vlog for Sunday, November 2nd, and I think that the scene of the week was the Adam and Jack confrontation. Adam had just found out that Jack had very slyly erased the entire audio tape of him dictating Victor's diary. Adam confronts Jack, and Jack acts like nothing has happened, acts like he doesn't even know what Adam is talking about. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I mean, Jack is good. Say what you will about him, but he is good. I even loved especially the way he said, you know, Adam, I'm very concerned about you. Is there any way I can help recommend a good family therapist for you? I mean, the way he played it from beginning to end was just... it was nothing short of brilliant, I thought. Say what you will about him, but absolutely brilliant. Although, if I were Jack, I would be very afraid right now because the way Adam just grabbed him by his collar. I mean, Adam is a guy that has nothing left to lose. And not to mention that there's this forger guy that's out there too. If I were Jack, I would have some extra security at the house. I would have some extra security with me wherever I'm going because there's nothing holding Adam back from playing some nasty tricks or doing whatever he's got to do to get back at Jack. I mean, I thought that it was a nice try for Adam to, he had the recording on during the entire time he was talking with Jack, so he was trying to get the audio back, get the proof back by re-recording Jack, but that didn't work. But you know what, there's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. Tons of ways that Adam could get back at Jack without, you know, killing him or whatever. But I think the most obvious thing that Adam could do, he should have told Sharon everything. Sharon walked right in when the two of them were having their fight. Adam kind of alluded to the fact that Jack isn't trustworthy. Adam should have told the whole thing to Sharon right there. That would have put Jack in his place. But then again, I mean, I guess that probably would have put Adam into some trouble too. But still, I think that it would have been better if he would have maybe twisted the knife a little bit more while he was telling Sharon the story. But of course, Sharon, you know, Adam leaves. Sharon confronts Jack. Jack tries to do the little dance, trying to get out of it. And then Jeff walks in. Jeff walks in, whispers to Jack, like kind of over his shoulder about this other plan that's going on. I mean, come on. Jeff knows that Sharon's not involved. I can't believe he just did that. I mean, Jack, come on. There's just no way you're going to continue to be able to hide these things from your wife. Sharon is... I mean, she's on to him. I think she's been on to him. I hate having to see her get hurt like this by Jack. I mean, essentially Jack has ruined his marriage. It's his own fault. I mean, really, does he even care? I'm at the point where I wonder if he even cares about what happens with him and Sharon. I mean, does he really care about Sharon, or is she just kind of a trinket? She's something in his life that needs to be there. I mean, I don't know. I think he kind of treats his family like that too, you know? I mean, does he really love, you know, Ashley and the rest of the family, or does he just want their vote? Does he want their proxy? Does he want them to go along with the things that he said? I'm not sure how much Jack really can truly love the people around him. I think that it always tends to go back to this pride, this ego, this rivalry between him and Victor. It always goes back to that, and everything else will always take second place. But Sharon, not to be outdone, took matters into her own hands, went to Heather to try to get some more information about Jack and Adam, which was smart, and then, I mean, I gotta say, Sharon has got some balls for going digging around in Heather's office using her phone. I mean, asking to get more copies of Victor's diary. That was really, really brilliant. Hanging around, getting the copies, and of course, she's going to take those copies of the diary directly to Nick, and we'll see. I mean, I think that's going to be another little something that's going to bring those two back together. But way to go, Sharon. Fighting fire with fire. Okay, one more note just about Adam. I really hate to see Adam lying to Heather. I know there are people out there that don't like Heather, and, you know, I go back and forth on whether or not I like her, but I don't like to see Adam just lying to her face. It's pathetic, and it's sad, and now we know from the previews from Friday's show that Adam is going to ask Heather to marry him. No! I hope she says no. I mean, Adam is standing there all disheveled. He's unshaven. He's just, like, he's lost that he's not even an attractive, viable partner anymore. Like, I had high hopes for him, but they've just totally been dashed. He's just like this bum on the street, and he's gonna show up with this ring, and it's gonna be everything's fine between him and Heather. I hope Heather is smarter than that. I really hope that she has enough wits about her to say, why don't we put this on hold at the very least? Okay, so speaking of guys who are down and out, Brad is back on the scene, and he's got a bad haircut. I like Brad. I have always been a Brad fan. I mean, I would put Brad at the top of my guy list for sure. For many years I have. But his hair is all flat, and it's like crunched down onto his forehead. He looks like Eddie Munster or something. It's too flat. I don't like it at all. But he's back on the scene, which I'm happy about. And now all of the charges are dropped. All of the charges against him have been dropped. So the question is, now what? Where does Brad fit into any storyline? He's been completely outcasted. He has no job, no friends except for Sharon. Where is he going to fit into this puzzle? Any theories? You guys can feel free to post some text comments, video responses if you'd like. Let me know where you think Brad's going to fit in. I'm kind of wondering if he's not going to somehow come into the Jabot plan, the Jabot takeover plan. I can't imagine that Jack or Gloria would want him in, but I can't think of any other place where he would go. So let's talk about the takeover. And first, I want to say I'm very disappointed that Jeff is back to threatening this whole face cream mess, hanging it over Gloria's head. Sigh. It's old, it's tired, I'm done with it. Jeff actually broke up with Gloria this week, which, again, I'm also kind of bummed about. I liked them as a team. If they could put aside all of this other petty garbage, come together as a team, I think that they're a decent couple. But now we're just back to the whole blackmailing thing, and it's not cool. So I'm bummed out about that. They are moving ahead with their takeover plan, even though Jack gave Gloria a deadline that she wasn't able to meet. But Jeff thinks he has this new information that Katherine is drinking. He thinks that Marge is Katherine. And my guess is that they're going to try to trick her into signing the papers at this bar. And, I mean, Marge is going to be so drunk, she's not really going to know the difference. And then there you go. I mean, possibly Katherine will think that she signed the papers and didn't actually. That's just kind of my guess on where we might be headed with this. I have to say, I love Marge. I think that she's just rad. I mean, she was sitting at the bar earlier on in the week, had her little drinky. She looks at the bartender and says, "Drink or treat," and holds out her glass, give me some more booze. And she had her friend. She went over to her friend's house, and she's just hilarious. I love this character. I'm happy to see Janine Cooper having this extra role. I think she's one hell of a lady, and it's just so nice to see her kind of doing something different again. So I'm pro Marge. So now Katherine is going to be publishing her memoirs. It's so nice that she's trying to keep Marge kind of out of the spotlight of all that. But of course, Jill is worried about her own reputation. She's worried about what the book is going to say about her. And I think as a result of this, Jill is now threatening Katherine with removal completely from any kind of management position at Chancellor Industries. Kind of making her seem like she's totally out of her mind. I mean, you guys tell me what you think here. Is Jill being sincere about her concern for Katherine, or does she just want her out of the picture altogether? I think it's a little bit of both. I think that she is concerned about Katherine, but I think that plays a secondary role to her wanting Katherine out of the company. Jill wants control. We know that that's, kind of what she's about. Jill wants to have control over the company. So I think she wants Katherine out, and that's her main motivation. Jill needs a man. We'll talk about that next week, but Jill needs a man. That's what needs to happen for her. But I wanted to say that Katherine totally made me cry during that scene with her and Jill. It was so completely sad. She was telling Jill, as you get older, you're not as sharp as you once were, but you're still you. You're still who you are inside. And I totally started crying. I was like, oh, Katherine, that would made me so sad. My other cry moment for the week was Karen and Neil. And Karen telling Neil the story about her mother and what she went through and her decision to have the hysterectomy, and it was so sad, heart-wrenching. I mean, I totally cried. Curious to know if you guys found that to be as touching as I did. And I just want to say, I think that Karen is so good for Neil. Karen forces him to think about what his feelings actually are. I think she is really good for him, and I hope at the end of the day that Neil decides to stay with her. I think those two are good together. So those are my thoughts. Feel free, of course, to post yours. As always, I do enjoy reading them. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. You're enjoying watching the show, and I will see you next weekend. Bye!